backstory. I think we had initially talked about doing like a legit 12 days of Christmas, and we were like, on the first day of Christmas, you get one of this, and the second day, you get two
Right.
of this, and then we realized how hard it was. We talked about it, and we still did completely opposite things, and so now we just
Yep.
settled on our top 12 things that we would love to find under the Christmas tree from Disney.
I kind of like I was going back and forth. I'm like, gosh, I think it almost would have been easier as I was doing it to say, okay, well, I want one of these, I want two of these, I want three of these. I was reading some of them to Josh, and he was like, is it supposed to be real things or like things that you, because some of the stuff he's like, that's not real though. I'm like, but I want it to be. Like, this
It
is what
could
I'm
be.
wishing for.
It could
Yeah.
be real. All of mine are real. And mine are in no particular order because I've just given up on trying to organize them. That I want them all. There was a lot of food on mine recently. Welcome back to Going Beyond the Castle. My name is Fred. I am your host, and with me as always is my fabulous co-host, Lori Talamo. This week I am joining you from fabulous, extremely cold North Carolina. It's 22 degrees here, y'all. Like,
Oh my goodness.
I forgot I wasn't in Louisiana. I walked outside with shoes, and that was a poor decision. It's cold. It's very cold. But yes, I am here for the week, celebrating
Fun.
Christmas North Carolina style. So, but happy to be here. I'm excited to talk about the 12 days of Christmas, going beyond the castle style.
Yes. Fun. And I was so excited. I'm still excited. I was super excited for this one when the idea came to my head, not realizing how challenging it was going to
Much
be.
work it was going to be. It was a lot of
Yeah, I'm
work.
like, oh, that's
I
going to
think
be easy. And I have my these are my favorite things shirt on. Yeah.
I got Rachel's input on a little bit of stuff.
I'm not going to lie. I had Olivia today. We were riding in the car. We tried to go to the live nativity scene with the Dixons over in Gretna.
Oh, yeah.
And on the way there, so I was reading Olivia some of mine. I'm like, help me out. What are some of my favorite things? But yeah, we didn't make it too long because she wasn't feeling good, so we left. It's
Yeah.
pretty cold here still too.
It's like 50 degrees there.
Yeah, not anything what you're dealing with.
And some days I'm glad I live in Louisiana. Some days I'm not.
Yeah, it's cold.
Do we have any announcements this week?
So I looked, and the only thing that I really saw that was big news. Well, one, the Disney Treasure is now in service, so that's awesome, and we'll have
We'll be
a
talking
special
about
guest
this week.
on. Yeah, coming on to talk about the Disney Treasure with us, and then all of our Bluey fans. Bluey will now be meeting in the parks and on the cruises. So I think that starts in January, I believe.
Yeah, but it's only like out of Australia cruises. Like,
Is it?
it's none of the United States cruises to start with. And then,
Yeah.
I think it was Australia, and I think it was New Zealand. And then they have no idea when
it's actually going to hit in Disney.
when it's actually going to be hitting Disney. So we'll see.
Yeah, but that was it. I think we hit so many of the Disney updates a couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
there was a lot, and I still don't think we covered all of them, to be honest.
No, and I will. I keep promising Fred that I will get better in January with the social media, so we'll get some announcements out there.
We'll get there eventually. It's a learning process for everyone.
It is. It is.
Okay. Well.
All right. The 12 days
of Christmas.
Christmas. What's that?
I said 12 days of Christmas. Let me pull up my list. Checked it twice.
Obviously, I didn't because I'm missing one, but I'm going to fill it in before.
See, this is when you really find out who you are because you're just going to wing it and guess one.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's going first? All right. So backstory. I think we had initially talked about doing like a legit 12 days of Christmas, and we were like, on the first day of Christmas you get one of this, and the second day you get two
Right.
of this, and then we realized how hard it was. So then we talked about it, and we still did completely opposite things. And so now we just settled on our top 12 things that we would love to find under the Christmas tree from Disney.
Yes. Yes. I don't know. And then I kind of like I was going back and forth. I'm like, gosh, I think it almost would have been easier as I was doing it to say, okay, well, I want one of these, I want two of these, I want three of these. But then it's like so many things like, do I really want 12 or something other than like a 12-night stay? That would have been a good one. But yeah, no, but I worked it out and got some. I was reading some of them to Josh and he was like, is it supposed to be real things or like things that you, because some of the stuff he's like, that's not real though. I'm like, but I want it to be. Like, this is what I'm wishing for.
It could
Yeah.
be real.
Right.
Well, all of mine are real and they're actual things. I would love to I would love to have and mine are in no particular order because I've just given up on trying to organize them. That I want them all. Like they're all just beautiful.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we have anything similar.
There was a lot of
since
food
we didn't
on
talk
mine,
about it.
There was a lot of food items. Okay.
All right.
So you
go
have
first?
to
You want to go first?
You can go first. You have to say what it is and why.
Okay. So the first thing I would love to see is an annual pass without blackout dates. So that way I can go to Disney when I feel like it. Because I know annual pass holders, there are some blackout dates and there's certain things that they can't go for. So no, if I'm going to get an annual pass under the tree, I want it to be where I can use it anytime.
I didn't think about that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
See, I put in Credit Pass, but I said I wanted the Photo Pass add-on because I love Photo Pass. It's absolutely fabulous.
So do I. I get it. I mean, like even when just Josh and I go, I get it every single time.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't go and get a ton of pictures, you're always going to get something. At least get a couple that makes it worth it. And then the ride photos.
Yeah.
Or
and it's not that too, like, so. Of course, in this situation, it's free and I'm not paying for it. But if I had to pay for it, it's really not that much more expensive to add on Photo Pass to an annual pass. Like it's crazy cheap compared to how much it costs to get the actual Photo Pass every time you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put in Credit Pass.
So that was your number one?
That is what I listed as number one. I still think the food items are number one for me.
I gotcha. Yeah, not meaning in order. I just meant, is that like your...
That was the very first thing I listed in Credit Pass.
Okay. All right. So the second thing that I would like to see under the Christmas tree is annual family trips to Disney when the weather is perfect. Because the last few years, because of cheer, we've had to go in the heat of the summer. It's not pleasant. We do it. I will, if it's the only time I can go, I will go in the summer. But I'd love for us to have annual family trips when we have nice weather.
So like February, March time frame.
Yeah, which November. We are going in February, but it's not a family trip. It's a cheer trip.
It's a cheer trip, yeah.
Like whenever I go, it could just magically have good weather.
That perfect weather. You don't sweat when you walk around. It doesn't rain.
Exactly.
It's not cold. Exactly. Yeah.
It's not cold. It's not hot.
You don't go to SeaWorld when it's cold out and raining. Right. Yeah. My number two was a DVC membership to the Riviera because
sweet.
Ever since I went to the Riviera, just gorgeous. One, just a gorgeous resort. And then two, the food is absolutely fabulous. Like the restaurant's good. It's just, we went there for breakfast. The blueberry lemon pancakes were fabulous. Went there for lunch. The pizza was fabulous. And it's just a gorgeous look over the little lake that's there between Caribbean Beach and no, that's all Caribbean Beach.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal.
Did I just
For
give
that
you
one.
your last one?
Possibly.
A
Not
DVC
Riviera
membership?
though.
No.
Well, because I thought about that. I'm like, if I'm gonna add an annual pass, then I also need to have somewhere to stay.
See, that was
So
my mindset. And I can't live in Florida. So I was like, why not just get a DVC membership? That way I always have somewhere to stay with my credit pass and photo pass.
right. Yeah, it's you know, we need the free stuff to be able
Yeah,
to go. And then, it's a business trip.
facts.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. So my next, which is day 3, I want unlimited rides on Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like I want to be able to just show up and be like, "Oh, Lori's here.
Just go straight to
You
the
can
front, no line.
get right on."
I'd
Yeah.
like to
It's
still be
funny
able to
because
go
when we
through the queue, but without a wait. Because they
yeah,
really did a fabulous job with that whole queue.
yeah. Originally when we were talking about like having so many of them, I'm like, "Well, where do I put this?" Because I want to be able to ride it often, but I can't ride it too many times in one day unless I space it out some. So I don't know if I was going to keep it at 3 rides or not, but yeah, definitely on the top. Even though I don't have mine really in specific order either, but Guardians is definitely on the top.
I'm surprised I didn't really put any rides on mine. I put some experiences, but I didn't put any rides, which now I kind of regret because all you can ride People Mover just sounds fabulous after a long day at Disney.
Oh yeah, definitely a
Next time.
good nap ride.
Number 3 for me was Grand Marshal of the Festival Fantasy Parade anytime I want.
Sweet.
Right? To get a ride in the little thing at the front and lead the parade. Have everybody wave at you and be jealous.
I know. I'm so curious, like, what makes them like see a family and be like, okay, that's the one. Like, I'm just so curious because I want to do that.
I would
Like, hey,
love
let
to
me
be
know.
the Grand Marshal of the parade. Like, that would be super cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I imagine, especially like if there's kids, like how exciting would that be for, to get picked just randomly and then get to parade around Magic Kingdom like you're a celebrity, like
Yeah.
Mickey. I think that'd be cool.
Like, I'm always super jealous of those people. And I always hope it's going to be me, but it'll probably never be me
Yeah. You never know.
one day.
Maybe one day.
I'll just go around and start asking cast members and start handing them $20 bills.
Yeah. Like, hey,
See what
can you
they
pick
think.
me? Or
Who
what do
is
I
it?
need to
Who is it?
do?
Who do I got to talk to? And then if that doesn't work, I'll up it to $50 bills the next trip we go.
There you go. Yeah. All fun stuff. All right. So we are on number 4. I feel like we're going through these. So I can't leave out my mouse counselor peeps. So I would love to have annual trips with my mouse counselor friends. Which,
That's what's called fam trips.
yeah, we actually kind of started. We do have some like that. My agency does arrange like
Yeah.
once a year, whatever. But a few of us have decided we're going to try to start meeting annually outside of that trip. And then there's 4 of us. So we like if we can meet somewhere close to where one of us lives. So that way everybody doesn't have to travel every year. Because we really had fun the last time we went, just kind of collaborating on things and
Yeah.
bouncing ideas off. And so it's just fun, to hang out with other folks like that. And I don't do girls trips typically. Just Josh and I just never have done that. So it's been fun, to get to hang out with those ladies who are well advanced in the travel agency world. So it's fun hanging out with them and learning. So I want to have some trips with my peeps.
I tried to pull off a guy's trip. I posted in our agency chat. It was like they had just done like all I think they were going on the treasure or something. I can't remember. And it was ironic that all the females went. It was like all the females were the top sellers because that's what they went to determine who got to go on the launch of the treasure. And after that,
Yep.
I was like, all right, where's all the guys at? Like, we need to do a guys trip since the girls all going to go on the treasure, and crickets. Like, nobody responded. I was like, you guys suck.
Yeah, like
You
come
all are
on.
not good Disney travel agents if you don't want to go to Disney.
Right. I mean, who doesn't want to go?
What are we on? Number 4?
Yes.
This one really hits home, especially with kids after a long day in the park. But always finding an empty bus waiting for me after Happily Ever After.
That's Olivia was like, you should put on there that you want free bus rides or whatever. I forgot how she said it, but yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, just to like, because it's already such a long day. Like, you're already tired of walking, and we always stay at the value resorts, so it's already a long walk to the value resort because you're the last one. And then it's, of course, every time you walk up, the bus is either full or it's cooling off. So
Oh, that's the worst.
would
Like
love to
when you
just
get
show
there
up. Yeah,
and
you
you're just
get
like,
there and it's
oh,
full.
there goes the bus.
Or you get there and you're walking up and you're like, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it, and then you get to the front of the line, then like you're gonna have to wait for the next bus. They're
Yeah. And I don't mean this to sound like rude or disrespectful, but when the scooters come
mm,
and they get priority on there, and and then if they have 10 family members with them,
yeah,
that when Josh and I went over in October, and I'm thankful that I don't need a scooter, and that's why I said I don't mean any disrespect by saying, but a couple of times we were sitting there, and then it's like a surprise. You turn around and it's like, oh man,
yeah. We
here comes
were
the
we were
scooters.
that
But
well, we weren't that family when we took my parents back in 2019. Both of them got scooters, and so luckily it was only the 4 of us. Um, but it was still, that was super nice to always be like the first one on the bus. Of course,
yeah,
my mom was too scared to drive the scooter onto the bus, so I was always the one to back it up onto the bus,
oh
and
gosh, yeah, I don't know
put
if
it
I
in
could
the
do that
spot.
either.
So I always got to be the one that got to ride on the scooter on the bus ride back. So I always had a seat.
Oh, there you go.
So it worked out well. But I, yeah, no, especially like after a long day in the park, you just see those scooters lined up and you're like,
Yeah,
But again, not to be
like since you're already
disrespectful, I
sitting,
get it,
can you just wait a minute? Let me get in.
right?
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So this one's fun for me because it's involves my favorite park.
Animal.
So for number 5, I want behind the scenes exclusive animal experiences at Animal Kingdom.
Mm,
And like I know they have, the rhino tour and things like that.
yeah,
Like no, like I want something that no one else gets. Like I want to be all in it in Animal Kingdom. Like
yeah,
with the
because like even with those tours, like you still have to like keep your space, and you don't get to get up super
yeah.
close with the animals. Like I want to touch a rhino's like little horn thing.
Yes, I want to go with the giraffes. I love giraffes. Like I want something like let me go and hang out with a giraffe for a little while.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I guess I'll tag along with that and say that I would love unlimited. Like I could show up whenever I want, didn't have to book it, automatically got to do it. But the Epcot Seas Adventure Dive Quest,
Sweet.
I would just love. Of course, I'm not scuba certified, and you have to be scuba certified. But I started the process a long time ago, so I just got to finish it. But just to be able to go scuba diving in the seas with Nemo and friends and get to see the behind the scenes stuff, the aquarium, like would just be super cool. Like anytime I wanted.
That's awesome. You would swim with don't they have sharks in there?
I think so.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite aquariums. They do a really
Yeah, it
good
is
job there.
cool. We when we went over the summer, I mean, and my kids, not everybody knows because say it all the time. My kids are 16. Well, Olivia's 17 now and 20. Like even when we went over the summer, we went in there, was watching the manatees and
Yeah.
hanging out in the aquarium area. It's super cool in there.
Yeah. And it's just a nice place to relax. And if you're my
Get some
children,
air.
to go up and down the escalators multiple times. It's great. Great spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to all unlimited access to Dive Quest.
Yeah. So this one's kind of a far-fetched wish, I think. But I would like a ticket to visit all of the Disney parks across the world.
Okay.
So
Just once?
I was like,
Is it just like a ticket that you can go like as many times as you want? It's like an annual pass to all the parks, or is it just like one ticket to every park?
I think I would be fine going, like to the different parks once. I don't mind traveling overseas, other countries, but I think once would probably good. I won't be
I
too
want,
picky. So, hey, just give it to me one time.
I want to go to Disneyland Shanghai at some point.
Yeah.
We were planning a trip. Oh, what was it? I think it was this past year. We were talking, trying to figure out where we were gonna go, and like I was pushing hard for Paris, and I never told Rachel is because I really just wanted to go to Disneyland Paris.
Right.
But flights were like $1,000 a person. We were like, we're not going to Paris. We're going to all expense or all inclusive resort in Mexico where it's very cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. The flights would kill you. That's why we
Yeah.
haven't done Disneyland yet.
Yeah.
Because the flights over there are just crazy.
Soon Disneyland
Soon.
is happening.
Yes. I'm down.
I just have to get Rachel on board. Rachel, if you're listening,
Yep.
start
Josh
planning.
too. Let's go.
I'm going to do one of my food items, and it's I get it every time. Endless I lava you Dole Whip floats. From over in Magic Kingdom. One of the best versions of the Dole Whip floats ever.
Does that one have like the little cake pop thing on, or is that a different?
I think it's got strawberry Fanta in it.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Dole Whips too.
I took Matt back in November, and I made him try Dole Whip, and it was very disappointing. His response, and I was just like, "This is the staple of Disney. Like, you don't go to Disney without getting Dole Whip." And he was like, "It's pineapple ice cream." And I was like, "No, it's not. It's Dole Whip."
Right. Tell him we're gonna race his show.
So he's never allowed to go back with me.
Yeah, whenever I go, I don't know, I confuse myself because I want to get the pineapple because I love pineapple, but they have the coconut, soft serve one that's really good. So just depends on what I'm feeling at the moment, but I do the coconut one a good bit.
I need somebody to install a Dole Whip thing in my house and then just come refill it all the time.
There you go. Sweet.
Yeah. That's one of my food ones. All right. Where are we at? All right. We're on
7.
Number 7. I'm skipping around.
Yeah, we're rolling through these. I would love Christmas at Disney. I know we've been talking about it a lot. That is like high up on my wish list is to do Christmas at Disney one year. Even if it's, I don't necessarily want to do Christmas Day. I think it would be cool, but even just a week before to do the Christmas party and have the snow on Main Street, experience all the things. I want to go, and I'm sure you've probably seen it. I want to go and see the Christmas parade and have Tally tell me that I'm naughty.
When she's back.
He's back. Yes. So I want to do Christmas at Disney. I'm going to do it next year. I'm willing it to happen.
My dad.
Even if it's a weekend trip.
after we went in September, I kept telling my dad, I was like, if you want to book another trip, like your 7-day window starts now. Like you need to book your bounce back offer. Like, let's get on it. And he was like, I think I'm going to take 1 day and just come to Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day. He ended up not doing it because of some work stuff, but I was super jealous if he would have pulled it off. Like,
Yeah,
just to
that'd be
be
fun.
like to wake up at Disney on Christmas morning, like that would just be where it's at for me. And open presents, have breakfast, and then go over to the parks, watch the Christmas parade. That's where it's
Yeah,
at.
especially if you go in knowing like, hey, this is not going to be where we get to
It's
do
gonna be chaos.
everything.
Yeah,
It's going to be chaos. We're just going in for the experience, and if we get on any rides, then that's a bonus. But
yeah,
yeah, definitely 1 day.
yeah. It's on our bucket list. Like one of these years, we almost did it in our 2022 trip because we had the trip. Our trip like started in 2021 and then just gradually just shifted because that was the time when Rachel and I were trying to get pregnant. So we weren't sure like when we were going to be able to go or how far along she would be or how old the kids would be. So we almost went
Yeah.
during Christmas and then we ended up going in March, which was much less crowded.
Yeah.
What do I want to do? I want to do next. Speaking of Christmas, I want tickets to the Candlelight Processional with Josh Gad, but I want to do the dining package and have dinner with Josh Gad beforehand.
Oh, sweet. There
Yes.
you go.
Like I love Josh Gad. Even before he came over to Disney and started doing the voice of Olaf. Like I just loved him as an actor. He's absolutely hilarious. And he's super talented, does a lot of really good stuff. But I just want to have dinner with Josh Gad and see him in person.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. Yeah, I think the Christmas stuff is always a hit because it's just, I don't know, it just gets in your feels and
Yeah.
I don't know.
And to be
Already
like just to
Disney
be in
already.
the parks, like Christmas is just a great time of year. Like I was getting my hair cut Friday morning, and I don't know how me and my barber got on the conversation. Um, but we just started talking about what it would be like to just be a kid again at Christmas time. And like that's exactly what Disney does in their parks at Christmas time. Like it gives you that joy of being a kid again at Christmas. Like and they just do a really good job of it.
Yeah. 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 I think, I don't know. I don't want to be a downer. My Christmases when I was younger were a little different. And so now
Fair.
like having kids and getting to experience it through their eyes
Yeah.
and seeing, what it would be like, or should be like is super fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's why I've been overkill, a lot is just letting them experience that.
Yeah. Giving them something you didn't get to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I get that.
All right. Number 8 is a fun one, I think. I want to be a character attendant for a day and get to walk around with Minnie Mouse.
Mm-mm. Sorry.
No?
No. The whole character attendant part, just no. Because, like, I'd end up armbarring somebody that tried to come up and,
Yeah.
like, good on them because they are super talented at their jobs of, keeping the characters on track. And, I've come across a couple that had to steer us away and they do a really good job of it. I wouldn't be good at that. I
Yeah.
would be like, back up. And I'd end
Right.
up getting fired
You're
like day
too
one.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess just to hang out with Minnie Mouse all day
That would be cool
would be
though.
cool.
Like
Yeah. My
yeah,
my tattoo inspiration, Minnie Mouse.
you are obsessed with Minnie Mouse. I thought you were gonna say it was a character escort for Minnie Mouse was your tattoo inspiration.
Yeah. Minnie's my girl.
Um I'm gonna save that one for last. I'm gonna say this one's kind of just boring, but I really want, and I could just buy it, but I really want the Tower of Terror Spirit jersey because it went out of stock so quickly. And it's Tower of Terrors. Love that ride. Favorite ride at Hollywood Studios. Um, and I never got the Tower of Terror Spirit jersey. And now it's like $180 on eBay.
On eBay, yeah. Yep. I couldn't tell you because that is one ride that I've never done and I'll never do.
No missing out. It's over like it's over like that. Like you just close your eyes, take deep breaths, you're on the ground. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would have so much anxiety. It's crazy. And I think we've talked about it. It's not,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like heights. It's just like not knowing when it's going to drop. The anxiety that I would have just sitting there, like anticipating the drop, is worse than the actual drop itself. Because I don't mind necessarily the drop. It's just not knowing when it's coming. We
I think that's my
we
favorite part.
oh gosh, we went to Six Flags because my grandmother used to take my brother and I to Six Flags every summer. My uncle lived in Houston, and they had a ride there that was similar where it went up. And so when you're on the ground, you can hear three beeps, and at three beeps, it drops. So I'm like, okay, three. Once I hear the third beep, I know I'm getting ready to go. No, when you're up in the air, you can't hear it. And
Mm-mm.
so it felt, and then I think that's probably why I have a fear of it. Cause now I just remember like when we got off, I had to sit, like I was shaking, I was pale. I was like, so I have, I guess I have a fear because of that incident scarred me. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't like heights, but I just close my eyes and eventually it's over. And before I know it, I'm plummeting back to the ground and it's fine. I do appreciate that one. Like I don't like there was one at Cedar Point that was just like four pillars and you were just out in the open and like it
Yeah.
just raised you up. Not a fan of that one, just because
Mm-mm.
like I can like look down and I'm like,
You can
nope.
see.
But in
Yeah.
Tower of Terror, like I have no idea like that it's high or where
Yeah.
we're at in relation. So and like I said, love the whole anticipation of just like sitting there and then just so much fun.
Yeah.
That was mine. Okay. So we got four
So we're on
left,
9, right?
three
Yep. We're
left.
on
Yeah,
number
9,
9.
10, 11, 12. Yes, four left.
We're rolling through too, but that's good because I know it's late for you.
Yeah,
Um, so my next one, I want unlimited free Premier Pass access.
oh, I thought about that one.
But you know what I just thought about? If I get an annual pass, I guess I don't need it. But I already have it on there, so we're gonna roll
Yeah,
with it.
you're already stuck with it. But if you have the annual pass, like that just makes every trip even better because now you have the annual pass to go whenever you want,
Oh, and
and
that's
you
right.
can,
And then the Premier
you can
Pass can
yeah,
get me
then
in
you
the
have the
rides.
premier pass to look at all the peasants as you walk by them, saying "suck
Yeah.
it, nerds," and then go get on the line right before them.
Right. It's late. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, no, I want both of them.
Yeah, you
Then it'd
do.
be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I thought about putting premier pass, but I was like, I don't mind waiting. And if I'm there all the time, like it is what it is, I can just go whenever I want. I'll focus. I'll go for, one evening and I'll go ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and then I'll go home. Like,
Yeah. I have a guy that's going next week and he booked 6 days of Premier Pass and 3 days of Multi Pass.
I really wish we got commission off of that.
Yeah, same. Because he's typically a client that would have booked VIP prior
Yeah.
to Premier Pass. So
Love-hate
no, well,
relationship with travel agents and Premier Pass versus VIP.
yeah,
Speaking of VIP, I think I would love. It's part of the tour, but I would love access to the underground tunnels at Magic Kingdom. Just whenever I want, I can just boop, front to the back of the park, use the tunnels, all access
yeah.
pass.
Like especially when it's crowded. Like let me
Yeah,
just get through
right.
here.
Trying to get out of the park at the end of the night after happily ever after, just take the tunnels. Like,
And pop right out. Yeah,
Wave
that
at
would be
Mickey
sweet.
without a head on, like as he's walking by. Like great time.
Right. As long as you don't have the girls. Like Roddy
I
got
wouldn't make them. I'd
traumatized
make
at
them walk.
church.
I said I want the pass, not them.
Oh, I gotcha. Only for
They
you.
still
They're
want
not
to use the
included.
pass. Yep.
Sweet. All right. So for number 10, I want a personal VIP table at Yak and Yeti.
Mm.
And so I could just go eat there anytime I want. Don't need a reservation. Just sit up and say, hey, I'm here. Where's my table? Let's go.
I've never eaten a Yak and Yeti.
Oh, it's so good.
We've always
Now it's
eaten at
like
not
Tusker
not
House.
not yeah. I want to say Jumbo House, but yeah, we've always eaten at Tusker House.
Yeah.
But I know Yak and Yeti. I hear Yak and Yeti so much better.
Man, it's so good. And like every time we go, and we did try something different when we went in October. Because we went in June and we went back in October. And we had
Yeah,
something different each time. Usually I get the ahi tuna nachos, which are amazing.
that sounds good.
I mean, so good. It's large. There's hopefully, like if somebody shares or whatever, because if not, it's a lot. When we went in June, Olivia and Guy got it, and then even like Josh and Braden even ate some from it. It was so much, but it's
See,
just
that's
so good. They have such a
what I love
variety.
about Disney food. You get so much food. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So that's it.
I'm saving my last food one for last because it's
Yeah,
it's
I have a
possibly
food
my
one for
favorite.
last too.
All expense paid trip to Aulani, just because I've never been to Hawaii, always wanted to go. And two, it's Aulani, it's Lilo and Stitch, it's Polynesian, like it's just fabulous.
Yeah, I had
That
that
was
on
like,
my list.
did you?
And then I took it off only so even though I came up with the topic, I didn't understand the assignment, I guess, because I had threw in like a little bit of Universal, and so then I was like,
Yeah.
wait, no, just Disney. So I went and wiped stuff out, but yeah, I definitely want to go
I
to
tried to
that
think
too.
like outside the parks, like because I started running out of
Yeah,
things, and I was like, what can I do that's outside the parks? Kind of like your whole one ticket to each park. I was like, I would love to go to
yeah,
Aulani.
me too. I've tried. Like we
I
don't.
haven't.
If we go to Hawaii, it doesn't have to be Disney. I'm like, but it's not typical
It's
Disney.
it's not Disney.
So
It's just you're surrounded by
right.
Lilo and Stitch. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just an all inclusive. Well, not all
Yeah.
inclusive, but it's a
No, it's
resort.
not all inclusive.
Oh,
I wish it was all inclusive.
yeah, fun stuff.
Two left.
All right, so this is one where I kind of stole your idea. So if I'm gonna have an annual pass, I need somewhere to stay.
Hmm.
So I want to be able to stay at Poly.
I thought you were going
I've
to say
never
Animal
stayed
Kingdom.
there. Yeah, I would. I know, but I love the Poly. Like, even though I've never stayed there,
It's a
I
gorgeous
don't know.
resort.
It's so pretty. And then now with the tower
Yeah.
opening, and they've posted all of those pictures of the tower, and it just looks so pretty. Like I want to
There's
stay
so
there.
much good
It's on my
food there.
list.
And it's just like it's a primo spot, like right across from Magic Kingdom. So you got like a great view of
Yeah,
the
so you can sit
fireworks
out
at
and watch the
night.
fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just one day I'll stay at Polynesian, but
Me too. Me too. It's on my list of deluxe resorts.
yeah. This one I'm gonna say is Rachel's wish because she wrote it down, and as per our conversation before, I don't wear them, but Rachel put endless festive Mickey ears.
Cool. That's why I had to go with
See,
just
there you go.
Christmas balls because I didn't have a Christmas ears to match my Christmas
And
themed shirt.
they don't make ears for men. Like, although there is this one company out there that makes Mickey Mouse ears that are magnets that can attach to your hat.
Yes, I've
I'm
seen
trying to
those.
get those for our next trip. I tried to get them for our last trip, but he didn't respond to my Instagram message in time.
I'm sure they probably have somebody on Etsy too that would make that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of my stuff from Etsy.
I have a Captain America baseball cap that somebody sewed ears on. That's the only ears that I have. And my Santa hat ears. I should have worn my Santa hat. Oh well, it's too late. It's too late.
Yeah. Did the girls have that on for y'all family pictures
Christmas
at
photo.
church?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cute.
they love that hat. All right, last one.
Okay. Do you have any, can you even remotely guess what you think it might be?
No.
I
I got
want a lifetime supply of pumpkin spice macaron ice cream
macaroon. There you
sandwiches.
go. Okay. As soon as you said pumpkin, I was like, I know where she's going with this.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I could just taste it right now. Those things are so good. That's the only thing that I'm a little like because if we go later in the fall, I'm not going to be able to get that next year.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I would not want to go during that fall time
Yeah.
because
The
I'm going
winter
to miss
time.
that.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll have another seasonal one that I'll love just as much.
Still never had it. They brought it out like a week after we left, I think.
Man, it's
And I
so
think we
good.
left the 20th, 21st. And then they didn't have it. And then you went a couple weeks later and they had it. But Epcot, like I said, doesn't transition to like Halloween until like October
Yeah.
1st.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, there's got to be somebody around here going to make something similar.
I'm sure you can find somebody.
So good.
It's New
Yeah.
Orleans.
I'm going to try. I'm going to have to wait till next year, but I'm going to look it up.
Mine is an endless supply of pineapple banana bread from Ohana. Fabulous
So
stuff.
good.
When we went back
Yeah.
in September, we had like a whole thing left of it, and the guy was like, "Do you want to go, Trace?" I was like, "Yes."
Yes. Give
I
it
was
all
like,
to me.
give me all the pineapple bread because that's really all I ate. Like I didn't really, I didn't eat anything else for breakfast other than really the pineapple bread.
Yeah. I remember before I went there and people would talk about it. And like, I just envisioned like the Hawaiian rolls,
Yeah,
like that you can buy in the store. But when I
it's
had it, I was like, oh gosh, this is nothing like that. It's so good.
see. I can look up a recipe for that and make it. I'm sure you could look
There you
up
go.
a recipe for your pumpkin macaroon ice cream things and make them yourself.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I could buy some
Yeah,
pumpkin macarons from a bakery and then just
yeah,
whip up the ice cream.
yeah. Goals for next
Speaking
year.
of
You know,
Yeah, speaking of recipes, I did tell Olivia that you said you could make butterbeer, so she's she's looking
shit.
for some butterbeer one of these
All right.
days.
I'll make some up when I come back. Man, all
So
right.
yeah,
That's 12 of them.
12 things, and
I'm proud of my
I'm
list.
sure, yeah, I'm sure there's probably so much more things. But it's crazy when you're trying to sit down and like, okay, what things do I really want?
Yeah,
It was
these are my
a little
12
more
things.
challenging,
Yeah,
but it was fun. It really made me stop and think about what are the things that I really love about Disney and what makes you want to keep going back. And there's just so
yeah.
many things
Mhm.
that makes it amazing that I feel like you could sit and talk about it all day.
It's sad that most of mine is food, but we've had the conversation before. I'm very food motivated. Like, like I see people all the time just complaining about Disney food. And I think we talked about this last week or the week before last. I can't remember. But like Disney food is like if you eat at the right place, like Disney food is where it's at every time for me. So yeah,
Yeah. And I think we've talked about it before and maybe even with Dave and Tony Ann last week where I can't remember now. Like people that say, oh, the food at Disney is terrible, like just really aren't going to the
yeah,
right places.
no,
There's so much good food.
yeah. Which we'll talk about in a couple upcoming episodes. We should make that part of we should make that we'll talk. We should make talk about some of our favorite places to eat when we talk
Yeah,
food and dining.
definitely.
So next week we're talking about something.
Next week is next week the 2024?
I think so.
Let me pull up the schedule.
Yeah, I think it's the 2024 recap and what to look forward to in 2025, I think.
Hold on. Here we go. January. Because next week, next week is December 29th, huh?
It is.
Yeah, 2024 highlights.
Okay.
Is
I need
next
a
week.
script for that.
I got you. I got you for that one.
Hey.
This one, this one we had to come up with our own things, but I'll get you a script for next week. I'll go through and hit. And I guess too, do we want to throw in Universal and Disney in there?
Yeah, we can.
And we could talk about it.
So yeah, next week should be a good episode as we close out the year. I think one of the things I forgot to say at the very beginning is that for those who are listening to this on audio only or on our YouTube channel come Wednesday, Merry Christmas from Going Beyond the Castle, because it will be Christmas Day when we drop this episode, the edited version onto our platforms. And then next week we'll head into 2025. Will that be our first episode of 2025? Or no, it drops on New Year's Eve, doesn't it?
Yeah,
no,
New Year's
yeah.
Eve. I think initially when we were doing
Tuesday.
a week out, I thought we would have like January 1 wrapping it up, but yeah. So we have something. I don't remember what the first week is, but we got it all planned out. And maybe that'll be something else we'll start sharing too, is sharing what our upcoming episodes are.
Yeah, I think
once I get better with the social media.
You're doing fabulous. Keep up the great work. So the episode on
Disney
January
Treasure.
Yeah, so on the 5th we've got Shelly come on to talk Disney Treasure. I think the 12th and the 19th we're talking dining. And then is it the 19th that my fellow travel agent's coming on to talk allergies at Disney? And then the 27th, we've got Virgin Cruises coming on our podcast.
Yes, we have Rule from Virgin Voyages, which is, in my opinion, one of the best cruise lines that I've been on. So
yeah,
that'll be exciting. He does
25.
What's that?
I was just saying. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming up for 2025.
Yeah, and he does a good job explaining too the background of the cruise line. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And we can get some cruises. We haven't done cruises yet on here, so
it's cruises and food is the theme of January. So
yeah,
okay, cool. Anything else before we wrap up?
No, I think that's it. I appreciate y'all hanging with us. I know this was a little different episode, but I thought it'd be fun to just kind of going through our favorite things, seeing if anybody matches up. So y'all can share with us in the comments what some of your favorite things are, or some of your wish list for Disney.
Yep. Okay, cool. Well, with that being said, thanks for joining us. As always, please like, follow, and subscribe to all of our channels, and share our stuff. That would be fabulous if you could share our videos, so that way we could reach more people. Best way to find Going Beyond the Castle is through our Beacons channel at beacons.ai / Going Beyond the Castle podcast. You can always reach us by email at info@goingbeyondthecastle.com.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, again, please like, share, and subscribe our stuff. And we will talk to you guys next week. And with that being said, what is that?
I had it prepared in case you were going to make me close.
No, look at you.
I was going to cheat.
Well, now I know that you're going to cheat. That being said, have a Merry Christmas, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us on this magical journey. We hope today's episode brought a little extra spark to your day and inspired your next adventure. Whether it's a thrilling escape to Universal, a dream cruise getaway, or unforgettable memories at Disney. Have questions? A topic you'd like us to cover? Your own magical story to share or looking for travel assistance? We'd love to hear from you. Drop us a line at info@goingbeyondthecastle.com. Be sure to check out all our social media links and podcast platforms at beacons.ai/Going Beyond the Castle podcast. And don't miss the fun in our Facebook group, Going Beyond the Castle Podcast Lounge, where we share tips, updates, and behind-the-scenes moments. Until next time, see you real soon.